That is perfect, and you have a lovely space. I love your plants.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. They've been growing. They've been growing well. You know what I mean? This is Philandra, and this is one of the Popo twins. I have another one over there, but yes, they've been doing well. I'm
Oh, very nice. Hey, it's Kristen, and I'm really excited to share this interview I did at Sundance Film Festival with Camaron Engels, who stars in Romeo and Juliet. Romeo is half of one of the most iconic love stories of all time.
Yeah.
And these characters are so unapologetically themselves. You know, like Romeo he's a lover, he's romantic, he's really in touch with his emotions. So what was it like taking on this role, and how did you prepare for it?
When I got this audition, I was excited. Honestly, I was over the moon because I hadn't looked at anything Shakespeare in a while, other than the plays that I have here that I just read every now and then. But I was excited to get the role because I played him once or twice younger, not the entire play, only scenes. And I always connected to him because I felt like, Romeo wore his heart on his sleeve. And he did everything that he could to be the most authentic, or honestly, I really feel like he was so young and being that age, because sometimes I forget, I'm always playing so much younger that I kind of forget how I was during that time. But as a angsty teen and just really trying to figure out who he is, I think with that aspect of him wearing his heart on his sleeve, he just, did it a little bit more than other people. And translated to now, where you see people on social media who may, post their feelings a little bit more on a quote, or, post a picture that's like really, showing that they feel themselves, or post a sappy picture, whatever it means. There's certain people that are more open in that way. And I feel like Romeo in this context is that way. He is kind of like a light-skinned, pretty boy who, isn't like trying to do it to impress people, but he's aware of his clothes. He's aware of, the friends that he has. He's aware of his surroundings. He loves photography. He loves art. He loves, being truly authentically himself. And that makes him stand out a lot more than maybe some of the other people who kind of, I think, like Mercutio and Benvolio are also eccentric, but they're more so accustomed to fitting into the crowds and being with the Capulets, or not being with the Capulets or Montagues, and just choosing sides. And I feel like for Romeo, he's much more to himself and much more to being himself and letting things around do what they will, while he still is like set in who he is authentically.
One of the things that I also really love about this project is that it is led by actors of color. So
yes.
Were you able to bring any of your own experiences to your performance?
Oh, of course. I mean, without a doubt, there's no way to do this role without bringing myself into it. And being a person of color, it really is something that you have to be like, okay, I am Black. This is historical. This is amazing. We are making a change, and I'm excited for people to be able to, get that stereotype out of their head and be more open to all different types of colors. But at the same time, you don't want to be like, this is all about being Black, because then that just takes away from the art form in itself, and we're focused on the color of somebody's skin. You know what I mean? And so for me, I walk around as a proud Black man. I walk around with my hair out. I walk around and let people know that I'm a proud mixed Black man as well. But I also do my best to do everything in the world and not let anything stop me based on the skin color. And so that is something that I really wanted to bring into this role. And, there are definitely times that we got to take advantage of that. You'll hear some language changing a tiny bit. We really tried to stick to Shakespeare's words, but you'll hear some vernacular that, Black people are a little bit more accustomed to saying, a little bit more comfortable saying with their kinfolk and their brethren, you know what I mean? And I like that we were able to do that, because it is able to bring in people who look like me to feel a little bit more comfortable with being like, oh, snap, like, did he just say, wherefore art thou, homie? Like, wait, hold up, you just said homie? Oh, okay, wait, this is something different. Wait, I know what he means by homie. You know, just those little moments are how we carry ourselves. You know, how I stand is probably different than someone who's worried about their calves in the 17 like hundreds and poking it out and like worried about posture and stuff. Is, you know, that's going to be more relatable to people that look like me. The way that I talk on the phone, the way that we text message.
Going off of that, you know, Romeo and Juliet is one of Shakespeare's most well-known plays. You know, this is the project that really gives the story a modern social media update, but still stays true to that language, like you said. So, what was it like balancing those aspects of the script and how the film was shot?
It definitely was totally different than any experience I've ever had. I've never been so physically involved with a camera while acting. You know what I mean? We normally have a mark, and we have our lines, and we have the other people in the space, and we, you know, make sure that we hit all those marks, that we find our lighting, that we're not crossing over the camera lens. And this time they're like, look directly in the camera lens, and you're like, but that's the forbidden rule. You can't do that. Like, that's, I'm breaking the fourth wall. Like, what type of, is this meta now? Like, what's happening? Like, and, you know, and so then just being like, wait, no, this is a phone. You know what I mean? What do you do with your phone? How would you be dealing with your phone? You would be looking at it. You know, sometimes you don't look at it. Sometimes you're thinking you look other ways. You know what I mean? Sometimes you hold it down here and don't realize you're not holding it up there. You know what I mean? And so I guess in a way it was a bit challenging because I had to kind of be a cinematographer while acting at the same time. Even though we did have the help of cinematographer, but for the most part, there was like a handle on the side that we got to move and like feel. So like in a way, I'm a Capricorn, you know. So like I'm a perfectionist, and I'm here like, no, wait, no, cut. Wait, can I say cut? Am I allowed to say cut? I'm not allowed to say cut. Okay, I'm sorry. That didn't feel real. I didn't. It didn't feel real to me. I know that you're giving me the freedom to do it, but I wouldn't hold the phone like that. I think I'm just doing it because. Can we just do it again? Can we do it again? Like, let me just. Actually, can I have your phone? Thanks, man. All right, let me just. How do I do this, dude? Like, why am I overthinking this right now? I'm like, okay, bro. Dude, like, okay, cool. And then you go back, and then, you know what I mean? So it definitely was a little bit of back and forth, trying to feel what felt more natural. You know, having to look at it from the other side and be like, okay, that's what I look like more than I normally do. I normally just like do it and let it be and don't think about it until it comes out and just trust that it is. But you got to pay attention a little bit more just so you know where you are in the framing for the screen light to come alive like it did.
That sounds like a great experience, you know, just getting a chance to try something a little bit different with the camera than you normally would. That's really cool. If you guys like this one, you can check out more of my Sundance Film Festival coverage right here, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.